What is up, my dudes, my non-dudes? What's poppin', yo? Um, this is another upload back to back. I'm about to be super busy starting the 6th. I think I already said that last video. But I figured I'd record a few extra stuff. I just want to make sure that I'm getting some kind of consistent uploads. Also, I'm getting really big actually. I think I'm at like 155 or 156 pounds right now. And I've gone up quite a lot. I also finished my last open project, which I opened in November, mid-November, I think. And this project was over feeling very weak and very vulnerable. Basically, I had been like berated by my ex pretty horrifically. It was really bad, actually. It was really, really bad. And I kind of spiraled down, and I didn't really know what to do, so I deactivated my private Instagram and I just started writing. And so the only Instagram I have now is my stream Instagram. For better or for worse, one day I will share both audiences with each other. Um, my YouTube channel has a rather embarrassing name. We'll say. I guess I don't know if this channel ever blows up, and then once you guys find out about each other, God, my other audience is so bad, bro. They're so terrible. I mean, it's not like they're not like horrible people. It's just like the game I play is just like it's very incel-y. I don't know what it is. I do know what it is, right? It's just like the way I am. Um, there's something very appealing to especially like young adults about somebody who is like cold and kind of like narcissistic and kind of sociopathic, good at what he does, kind of living the dream. I can talk to women, I look good, I work out a lot. Like all of these things are like very appealing, and they just breed like super incels. It's kind of funny and it's kind of also unfortunate. Anyway, point is, so we finished our Sad Boy compendium. We had two of them open at the same time, so I opened Between Wolf and Man at the same time. This one's called The Human Condition. I actually finished this one, um, which I think is rather symbolic of my time to return to talking to people. I think it is time that I pull out of the full shell. I don't know if I'm gonna be rocking the whole like crazy roster shit that I was doing before, because that was kind of crazy. But I think it's probably time to have like friends and perhaps um friend plus. Um, it's been like months since I've like properly cuddled or like kissed another person, which is kind of crazy for me. I'm kind of in the trying to be like the least cringy thing possible. Identify really hard with like the concept of like an incubus, right? Someone who's going to trade themselves and their bodies for like the essence of another person to really feel close to them and make sure they stay. Um, that's a really negative trait of mine. It's not a very positive thing. Anyway, point is, I have kept myself off of that type of stuff, trying to be as good as possible. And I think I'm good. For now at least, right? And I'm gonna keep talking to people. I don't know like necessarily like who I'm gonna talk to or what I'm gonna do or how it's gonna go, but um we'll see. I suppose I'm ready. I think the last thing I wrote in this was like um it was like a letter um to my ex, and it was like I don't know. So there's certain things I've never said aloud and certain things I've never written down. Um, right, and then there are certain things that I haven't done either too. Um, I wrote down some stuff that I had never written before, um, just because there's certain things that I suppose like she'll never know, and that's okay. Like there's a letter that's never meant to be sent. It's just like closure for me, I suppose. Um, because obviously, I would never want to like mess up her life or anything, so not something I'd ever send. But to the same extent, like I don't know, like I can never really be. I can never really be like, hey, like what you did was kind of messed up. Like you should have never done that to me. I can't ever really do that. There's not really a good reason to, or a good point to. Even if we do talk again for whatever reason, like it doesn't, not talk again, like exchange a lot of sentences, but like for example, like I saw my ex probably like a week ago, and you know, it's not like I'd be like, hey, like you shouldn't have done this or you shouldn't have done that. Like that's crazy, right? That's not something I would ever do because well, I guess I'm a decent human being to people I cared about. Um, I suppose that's good on me. Generally, something you shouldn't do. You shouldn't be looking for like revenge or anything. Pretty sure I have a video called like "Your Revenge is Stupid" or something. I think that one's pretty fair. Anyway, point is, yeah. So this is the last page after the letter. I had one more. I told it the human condition. There's a little like paragraph before it, and then I wrote like a little poem. And here you go. This is my cringe second channel. So here's more poetry. I have to stop doing that. It's okay to show emotion, and it's okay to publish it. I will be publishing my work like out there. I don't know if I'm gonna use a pseudonym. There's certain things that I write about that, if they're attached to my name, are like gonna permanently alter it forever. But I suppose that's some of the bravery in it, right? Like nobody watches this channel, but if they did, like I'm already a YouTuber. Like if this channel was found by like my family or something, I mean it would be awkward, but I mean like this is my life, you know? Like I'm already a YouTuber. I suppose like it really can't get much worse. Like I've already done like so much wild stuff, and you know, saying random stuff on YouTube's not gonna be the worst regardless. You really have to you have to have that happen to you before you can know that. Maybe I'll talk about more. Like I have like an almost cancellation story. I've got a couple stuff that perhaps I'll bring up in another video. Anyway, I call this the human condition. I've never been human, not as long as I can remember, but sometimes I can come close. I may never live as a human, but love has shown me that I may die as one. Life is cruel, often bittersweet. I play the fool, laughing at defeat. Close to the sun, my wax wings melt. I lost the one, so much sadness felt. A jackal emerges, no longer can she stave. Maybe, to satisfy urges, I emerge from my grave. Yeah, and that is it. That is the human, super duper human. I think this is probably the last project for a while. It's going to be really touchy feely, because I'm back to being me, right? Like I suppose I was like a much better, softer. I was a much better person. I'm pretty soft right now, pretty delicate and sweet, which is kind of crazy. This is you know, certain things were taken from me, I suppose, to leave me in this state. But I don't know. I'm back to where I once was, mentally, at least. I'm just stronger and smarter and more intelligent and wiser than where I was. For the best, because I was kind of wild. But yeah, I think this is the last touchy, feely, emotional, super gushy, I'm a person and I'm crying one for a while. I think that's it. I mean, honestly, like with this being closed, a lot of closure. I don't know, kind of over it. You know, I've loved and I've lost, and a lot. I mean, right? Like she wasn't even the most recent one I've loved and lost. Loved in my own type of weird way, I guess, but I don't know. We're ready to move forward, and go be a psychopath out in the world, because usually I become a lot more human, a lot more down to earth, and a lot more humble when I am humbled, right? When I'm hurt by another, with the blame being squarely on why I am the way I am. But what I've come to learn is I'm not that bad anymore. I may have like bad motivations for certain things, but like I'm just not like I'm polite. Like I don't do anything crazy. I'm not like yelling. I'm not like abusive. I don't want to commit to just anybody, but that's pretty reasonable. Like I have standards for myself to like what I'll commit to, and if everything's not met, then I won't do it. And if you want to be around me still, that's cool. And if not, that's cool too. Not doing like any weird manipulation stuff. I'm not like hurting anybody. Not doing anything illegal. I'm not hurting myself. Like I'm actually doing pretty well. Um, I'm not a good person by any stretch of the imagination, but my actions are pretty good. Um, so I guess that's okay. I don't know what my next project is going to be over, since I'll be so busy for the next 2 months. I assume at some point I'll need some kind of a break, but I don't know what my catalyst will be. Because usually it's like deep emotion will make me do that. Whether those are emotions like my cravings, whether it is sadness, I suppose joy. I could meet somebody and love poetry out of me. That'd be crazy. It's not that it's never happened, but that's one of the things. Honestly, like this is such a rambling ass vlog. I mean, I guess all of them are, and nobody watches them, so it doesn't really matter. But like, I think the vast majority of girls that I talk to, because I'm pretty nice with the pen. Like for example, like that poem I just read, like that I probably wrote that in like 2 minutes. Right? There's like no proofreading, no editing. Um, like this, I generally do like 100 pages worth of like poetry and passages, like per like 1.5 to 2 months, something like that. So I want to say I started, yeah, so I finished two 100-page projects in 3 months about, and I was pretty busy for some of those, right? Because I went to New York for one of those, and I went to Panama. Uh, so I went to New York in November. I went to Panama in December. Um, so I was super duper busy, and I still got this done. My magnum opus work, I finished that in like a month, which was crazy because that work was so good. Um, yeah, I write a ton, so we'll see what the next one's about, and I guess I'll share it with you guys because that's what this channel is for. This channel is for whatever I want it to be. And I guess I've told the pages some things that I've never told the pages before, and I guess at some point I will tell you guys things I've never told you before. And you guys will have to keep a secret. Not that anybody hears this. Anyway, I'll catch you guys later. Yeah, take it easy, guys. I will see you tomorrow, hopefully.